Thanks for joining me. We've all had times where we needed to plan a trip, or if it was across the country or into another state, or even just around the city that we live in. There are times when we need to use our phone, which usually has an app on it for GPS. Mine, I downloaded. It's called Waze, and it's pretty good. It usually 9 times out of 10 will get me to where I'm going. I depend on it as I drive around the city pretty much every day. But there have been times when it has certainly let me down. I kind of knew when it was telling me to go a certain direction that it was telling me the wrong direction. I think we've all had that experience to where we put in an address and we were going that way, or at least following the lead of the app, and we knew that it was leading us in the wrong direction. And the reason we know that is because these apps are designed and created by people, by human beings, imperfect people. So therefore, anything we try to do as human beings is going to be imperfect. The app is going to let you down from time to time. But as I was talking about in the previous anchor verse, Psalm 7 yesterday, David, of course, praising God for the forgiveness of his sin and his renewed connection to the Lord. I was reading the next verse more diligently, which is this anchor verse. Verse 8, O Lord, lead me in thy righteousness because of my foes. Make thy way straight before me. O Lord, lead me in thy righteousness because of my foes. Make thy way straight before me. Now, David is asking God for direction. After he's been forgiven of his sin, he doesn't ever want to go back to where he was. He doesn't want to go back to that life of sin, that and immorality that he had carried out in his own life. And you and I, as I shared myself, you and I can relate to that. I can relate to having sinned and sinned many times over the course of my life. I can relate to David's desire to never want to go back, to never want to sin again because of the consequences of sin, the price that not only you pay, but so many people around you that love you pay. And as we read this anchor verse, we want to say to God what David was saying to God. From this day forward, Lord, lead me in your righteousness. Show me the way that you want me to go. God's global positioning system, God's GPS will never lead us in the wrong direction. O Lord, lead me in thy righteousness because of my foes, he says. Now, in our case, it might not be because of foes. We might just say, Lord, lead me in your righteousness in the way that you want me to go because of the certain situation that I find myself in right now, the temptations that are possibly around me, or the family discord, or the financial discord, whatever it may be, that we want the Lord to lead us in the way that he wants us to go. This is what David is praying. Make thy way straight before me. Show me the straightest path that I can walk on, that you are leading me on. I don't want to take any I don't want to take any detours or off ramps. I want to go straight to where God wants me to go. I want to live the life as straight and as narrow as I can for the glory of God. You see, that's what David's prayer was. He never wanted to go back. He never wanted to get off track. He never wanted to be detouring out of God's will. And for you and me, those of us, all of us, have fallen to temptation and sin. Our prayer should be the same as David's. Lord, show me the way that you want me to go toward your righteousness. In spite of the situations and the temptations that are around me, in spite of the struggles that I'm in. I mean, David was speaking directly to his situation as it related to foes and enemies. We want to speak directly to our situation. Lord, show me the straightest path I can take in spite of the situation or temptations that I find myself in. Show me the straightest way that I can go to be right in the center of your perfect plan and your perfect will for my life.